Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. We have an update in the Clayton Echard paternity scandal, hoax scandal that has been rocking Bachelor Nation. It's a crazy day in the world of Bachelor. We had the finale last night, new Bachelorette announced, so much going on, and now we're going to pile on with an update that we just found. A motion for a joint hearing pursuant to Rule SA 4, is that what it is? So what is this rule? What is this motion that's going to be coming out? We're going to discuss it briefly right here and then follow this conversation along on Patreon for any additional information that may come out. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. You can find the link to that on my bio, or again, just go to patreon.com/Dave Neal. If you can't join, I totally respect that. And you can listen for free this afternoon on our podcast, Bachelor Rush Hour, every morning and afternoon for your rush hour ride to and fro work. All right, so this was posted here in the Superior Court of Maricopa County. I will be in Maricopa County in 2 days, actually tomorrow. I'll be at a stand-up show, Dave Neal and Friends with Clayton Echard from The Bachelor. We'll be doing a Q&A. I've got some fun questions planned for Clayton. If you want to come to that show, you can ask him a question yourself. I guess the only person who's not allowed to come to the show is Jane Doe. Hey, we rhymed there, because he has an injunction against harassment on her for harassing him with hundreds of messages and different emails and phone numbers and all that jazz. So I guess we won't see her at the show lest she wants to violate that order, injunction against harassment. I literally just came to me right now. I was like, how brilliant. That's like protection for me. If you want to get protected from her, just invite Clayton Echard to one of your parties. That should be it. Stay at Clayton's Airbnb and she won't be allowed to be there as long as he's there. All right, so anyhow, what is this motion? A motion for joint hearing. So let's go to the image and then I'll share some things that are being said about it. Now, as we know, these sort of case documents get filed. We get to see them, and then usually in a day or two, we get the full story. Maybe, since I'll be in Phoenix, I'll just swing by myself and pick it up. Save you guys the trouble. Scope of consolidation. So here's the Rule 5 consolidation. So what we see here is the filing is a motion for the joint hearing. So what they're trying to do, as far as I know, and again, not a lawyer, NAL as they like to abbreviate, but it looks like there's an order of protection on the line. The court may not consolidate a case involving an order of protection with a family law case, but may conduct a joint hearing. It appears to me as though the smart decision that might be made by Clayton's legal team is to try to get his order of protection overturned. What Jane Doe likes to do is get orders of protection, which is real easy. It's real easy. If you've hooked up with somebody, it's pretty easy to get an order of protection against them. It's your word versus them. So the gravitas, the cockiness of Jane Doe to think she's got something on top of someone else because she has an order of protection on them has been used to silence her victims for years. That's like me as an adult going to T-ball and hitting a home run and going, I hit a home run, see, I'm good. No, you did it against a bunch of T-ballers. Well, the family law system is meant to protect women, and that's part of the offensive nature of the fraud that she has committed. Not fraud that I allege, fraud that she has admitted to in her deposition. She has admitted to, again, we haven't watched the video, but we're waiting with popcorn. She has admitted to doctoring ultrasounds. Well, that ultrasound is what the key information was that led her to get the order of protection in the first place. If it's not real, that means the babies were never real, which means the order of protection should also be never real. I don't know the exact laws in Arizona, but I know when she tried to get an order of protection against me in California, my initial thought was, I told my lawyer, I go, look, I don't even care if she gets one on me. I never want to see her in the first place. I don't want to be anywhere near her. I'll gladly let that happen. And then my lawyer told me, no. You don't want that on your record. It takes away one of your freedoms, the Second Amendment. And again, I don't know if this takes away Clayton's Second Amendment, but we all have that freedom, whether you want to exercise it or not. And also, it gives her ammunition to say, see, I was right. So all I got for months on end from her was, I have an order of protection on Greg Gillespie. Therefore, he's such a bad guy. He's this horrible monster. He's doing this against me. I have got an order of protection against Clayton. She even got mad at me when I didn't fully cover her order of protection on Clayton. She so desperately wanted this story out. I'm the victim. I'm innocent. Why would a judge side with me if I was the one who's lying? As we find out from those that were in the courtroom, the judge in the order of protection did not ask to see any of Clayton's evidence showing that she was a repeat offender, that the ultrasounds were fabricated, none of that. Clayton literally said, I've got these documents. Can I see them? Nope. Case closed. Sealed. And what a shame that is. I don't know the protocols that exist within family law, but I do know you should err on the side of caution with regards to these orders of protection, because in most cases, people don't abuse them. But what we have here is a case where Clayton has every right to try to get that order of protection reversed. My hope is, and I have no idea if this is even allowed or what can happen, but if they end up doing a joint hearing, which means the judge will rule on whether or not the order of protection is valid, and you might wonder, it was a different male judge that sided with Jane Doe. So does this judge have jurisdiction to overturn that order of protection? I have no idea. But since we're arguing for how much money is on the line with regards to who's going to pay the bill, wouldn't it be nice if Clayton wins a reversal of his order of protection and also this, non-paternity evidentiary hearing, if she has to pay both of those bills? Wouldn't that be nice? Several old emails I wanted to circle back to. I was going through my emails to try to find the one from Jane Doe, which I don't like to do this because she puts trackers on all of her emails. I know, very Colton Underwood of her. She puts trackers on her emails, which means every time I open one of them, she gets an alert that I'm opening it, which I don't care. There it is, bitch. You know what I mean? Whatever. I'm sharing it. Nothing illegal there. But either way, the point is that I wanted to show the framework of what she's trying to do. And that framework was, how come you never reported on the fact I got an order of protection against Clayton? Which in fact we did. We just did it in a live stream. She must have been lazy that day. Maybe the Monster Energy drink wore off and she didn't watch all my content. Does she not love me anymore? So here she said this. She was CCing me on these emails. How bizarre. She was emailing Clayton and CCing me. She says, oh, and also they were so wrong about me living in my sister's casita. I bought, address redacted, on seller financing, and I put $80,000 of my own funds down. I'm happy to show you the deeds. I am not funded by my parents whatsoever. As I told you that they were in a terrible situation after my dad gambled away all of their savings, which by the way would be insane if he did, because he was making like $1 million a year, it was reported. It's ridiculous to see people claim that I am living off of their money when that is entirely untrue. Okay, first of all, she lives on a property on her parents' house. So whether or not she's living off of their money, she has sucked the tit of privilege, okay? She's been breastfeeding off the tit of privilege. No offense to Jane Doe. Do I think her illustrious career as a podcaster is a result of her own grit? No, I that's of my opinion that's not the case. She rode daddy's coattails, if you will. Finally, I don't understand why people think I would be continuing to claim I'm pregnant if I'm not. Again, this is October 12th. Now, what we know is she finds out in early November that she actually lost the babies 2 months earlier. She says, I want nothing from you, to Clayton. Not a relationship, not money, and not notoriety, since I've asked to remain anonymous. Genuinely, all I want to do is establish a parenting plan, and I will fight like hell to have full custody. Well, she's fought like hell, all right. What is she fighting for? At this point, it's not full custody. I guess it's pride. I have no idea what she's fighting for. Everyone knows she's lying. She said it would be much easier for me to walk away from this hell that I am living in if I weren't pregnant. But I am, so I have to trudge through this. All the best. Oh, can we get a GoFundMe for all of the Cliff Bars that Jane Doe must have to eat as she trudges through this monstrosity? Oh, how brave of a trudge you have to go through. You know what? You're not trudging. You're sludging through your own shit. You're sludging through your own shit. Your own bullshit. Just sludging away. Clayton responds again. Actually, I'm sorry. This is from earlier. And if I can't tell, and this is Clayton saying to her, I'm unbothered by it all going public because once it does, your name will be out there. That was your mistake to file a public case. So at this point, this is Jane Doe getting sucked into Clayton's game where he says, look, file it. Go ahead. Make it public. Let everyone see what's going on. And we did. Now, Clayton has had to trudge through the BS known as, the murkiness of lies, as it were. So I was sent this email by Jane Doe to say, hey, Dave, just so you know, Clayton actually wanted me to go public. And no, Clayton didn't want her to go public. He just said, I'm unbothered by it because I have truth on my side. In this same email is where, and this was the first time not this email from Clayton, but the one she sent to me in October. This was the first time she used the lowercase r word, the 4-letter lowercase r word, to describe what happened to her, which of course is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Privately, she says this to me. This is what she does. I'm not going to show you the email, but I got it. Privately, she goes, this is between you and I, because this is a very private matter, but this is what happened to me. So when she shares these bogus lies, she always says, this has to stay private. And that's what a perpetrator does to a victim. They want them to stay private. It's absolutely insane. So I was going through some old videos, as you do, just to see what out there is, worth revisiting as we continue to cover the case. And there isn't too much other than I'm going to continue to share with all of you the ins and outs of what may go down before June 10th. But very interesting that we get to see Clayton's side possibly fighting for an order of protection to be overturned. If you want extra content, 6 or 8 months ago, whenever it was, I privated these 7 videos because at the time I was being threatened with a lawsuit and I didn't want to deal with it. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I'll just make these videos go away. I've reposted them. They are on Patreon at patreon.com/Dave Neal. Have an extra 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours. The information in these videos is insane because what we know now, at the time I was still giving her the benefit of the doubt. Well, maybe she actually is pregnant, but Clayton's proven it's not his and X, Y, and Z. So people that are going back to watch these are just saying how wild it is hearing her emails to Dave. It's so creepy how she fixated on him. Very bizarre stuff. If you want to check that out, it's available for you. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. What is actually said verbiage-wise in those motions, we don't know. But my guess is it'll be more or less Clayton's side telling the judge, hello, all of this was made up. All of this was fraudulent. She admitted to doctoring the ultrasounds. We need to overturn his order of protection. This is an innocent man. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be live right after this on Patreon at patreon.com/Dave Neal.